Hey, what's up? How you guys doing? This is Jeff. I'm not hearing myself, so I'm gonna troubleshoot real quick. Or maybe I shouldn't be hearing myself. Oh, I know how to do this. Private window. Now I'll go to YouTube and I can maybe see myself. El Jefe Tacoma, that's me. Oh, shoobity doop dooey. Well, how do I find myself? How do I find myself? Maybe somebody can tell me. I don't know. I don't know how to do it. This is supposed to be live, so maybe I can get a share thing. Here we go. Copy that. So I'm going to be reading my book here in a minute, so y'all can hear more of my chapters. Hey, there I am. How about that? Now maybe I can hear myself. Ooh, it's real loud. Okay, so now I'm going to plug into the board. Hey, now I can hear myself. That's nice. Okay. I could call this a test and delete it. What do you guys think? Man, that's so loud. Maybe I just messed up my headphones. Maybe it's not that loud. Y'all can tell me if it sounds shitty or whatever. I'm gonna share it on my Facebook. I don't know why I'm talking so slowly. That's weird. Facebook. Here we go. Oh, I bet I haven't signed on this fucking Firefox. This one's gonna be forever. Take forever. You know what I'm saying. Jeff Richardson, that's me. Hey, everybody. I'm gonna post that I'm live. Here we go. Hey, everybody. I'm streaming chapters from my first book over at YouTube. Here we go. There's the link. Bam. Okay. Well, now that that's done, I'm just gonna pull her up here. Book 1, Chapter 16, Sophris. Sophris cleared the wall of gunmen easily, using his illusion magic to direct their attention to one side as he slid behind. He'd imagined a group of angry workers hauling survivors and waving weapons surging around the side of the building. Truthfully, though, he couldn't know exactly what each man saw in his mind. Once inside the plant, he was free to move much more quickly. Alighting from landing to landing, machine to machine, he followed Creel's uniquely wicked signature to the far corner of the building. Once there, he saw Creel clamber down a ladder into some kind of canal. After waiting a few beats, Sophris rushed to the edge of the ladder. Below, he saw a slowly moving river, quote unquote, with walkways on both sides. Creel had gone out of sight beneath the ground. If Sophris was to follow him, he'd have to risk being seen on his way down the ladder. Unless I don't take the ladder. Reaching out to the mental grid of nearby souls, he attempted to divine the direction of the tunnel. As best as he could gather from those workers in the vicinity, the tunnel traveled a couple hundred yards southwest and then transitioned treatment plant besides the spaceport. Beside the spaceport. Sophris left the canal entrance and ran, preparing his next spell as he went. All right. Chapter 17. Creel. Canassus could not have been prouder of himself. He'd set the bomb, fled with a platoon of gentlemen, avoided capture as well as detection, and was rapidly approaching another group of collaborators behind the book building. A strange thought crept up over him. Wait. A strange thought crept over him. When will they send someone for me? He suppressed a giggle. The very idea that the Mistral would risk another returner to capture him was absurd. After what he'd done to the last one, they'd be fools to risk another. He licked his lips as he remembered her. Such a lovely young creature. He had lingered over her corpse for a good long time. So sad that they thought he'd be seduced by a female. She was embarrassingly easy to subdue. Her death came much too quickly. He hoped that the next one they sent would provide more of a challenge. He did hope they sent another female. Such a delicate taste. This guy's fucked up, huh? Light pierced his goggles as he reached the end of the tunnel. From stairs on either side, men came rushing down, bearing handguns. One of them fired up a canal skimmer as the others waved him on. Above the walkway on his left, somewhere in the book building, he heard gunfire. So far, his plan was going swimmingly. "Sir, there have been a few complications." The man was tall, with a red mustache. Not ugly exactly, but Yafrit, so not nearly as appealing. Creel swung his robes around his thighs as he slid into the rear of the boat. As he reached his seat, another man handed him a laptop. The boat shoved off, a team of men running alongside on ground level. Creel probed the man's mind, studied the images. He started to speak, but paused. Looking into the man's worried eyes, Creel thought he saw fear. Pathetic. "The patsy. You let him escape." "He had assistance, sir, and the elevator was troublesome." Creel scanned the man's memories as he studied the tape records on the laptop. Creel's eyes widened as he studied another man. A royal guardsman. Incredible. Creel felt a surge of delight rising from his first chakra. Had he not been surgically castrated, he would surely have been hard at that moment. The last guardsman he'd faced had given him a tremendous challenge. What was his name? "Sir?" The agent looked to him for guidance. Creel waved his hand. The boat surged forward. "Get me to the port. Kill whoever you like." He leaned against the back of the seat, wistfully recalling the epic battle he'd engaged in with the guardsmen. Morthus? Azarian? There'd been so many challengers over the years. Shots rang out above the canal. Someone threw a grenade. Someone took a bullet, splattering blood across Creel's cheek. He wiped it clean, licked one bloody fingertip, and tasted the fresh arterial spray. Still warm. Not bad. Not great, but not terrible either. Criminals' blood was rarely as sweet as that of the innocent, especially children. Oh, how he loved the children. Once he was off this god-forsaken rock, he would dine for months on these memories. Above them, up on the boardwalk, the net drew tighter. Sorry, I'm closing a few tabs here. I got to move some things around so I can see everything clearly. A doobity doo, doo 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 doo. All right, here we go. I'll make that smaller. All right. So that's Creel. That guy's a motherfucker. Chapter 18. Grundle. Grundle pierced through the wall of frightened citizens, curling himself into a ball just before slamming into the massive gate door. He cursed his Voraki nature as he did so, sending shocks of pain throughout his body as well as cracks in every hard surface in the vicinity. Dirt and pebbles cascaded from above. As he groaned to his feet, a huge impression of his hunched frame remained in the surface of the door. A CCTV screen hung sideways on one bracket, showing the interior of the spaceport between shrieks of green static. The man he'd grabbed during his charge lay in a bloody heap at his feet, his assault rifle shoved halfway into his chest. Grundle was pretty certain he was dead. Someone screamed. He was starting to get used to it. Ayanna rushed beside him, clutching her sacred hammer to her chest like a shield. Along the cavern walls, citizens surged up stairs and ladders, piling onto the trains, in, around, and atop the cars. Gunfire continued to sound down the length of the Great Hall, as well as the sirens of approaching emergency vehicles. Grundle, these men are only pawns. Whoever hired them is not here. Grundle blinked, mentally pushing away the pain. Looking into Ayanna's eyes, he brushed the man's body toward the crowd. Ayanna seemed to have fallen into some sort of trance. Grundle began to worry if he'd be held responsible for the man's death. The crowd had taken to tearing the corpse to pieces. Grundle sighed. Had his rage inspired their madness, or had theirs inspired his own? Just felt like that was kind of metal. Whatever. Oh, boy. All right. I'm going to tilt this up. I feel like I look too high, like my eyes are too small. All right. I really like that chapter. All right, next one. Chapter 19. Joran. Joran's eyes went as wide as wagon wheels. Gods! The doors were still shaking. Joran whipped his head over to see the others' reactions. On screen, the Vorak could be seen hunched over, breathing heavily. At his side, an impressive-looking priestess seemed to be sleeping, standing up. What the fuck was happening? The shouts came all at once, seemingly all around him. One by one, the civilian soldiers began to crumple. Betrayal. Joran spun around just in time to see her, a stone-faced female assassin pumping bullet after bullet into the workers from behind. He dove for cover, praying she hadn't seen him. This was his plan all along. Ignite mass confusion, drive his pursuers behind him, cover his escape, control through chaos. Joran cursed his last 300 decisions as he dove beneath a cleaning machine. On his side of the chamber, second deck, a door flew open, hurling one of the guards into and over a railing. Joran's eye twitched as the poor bastard cracked his skull against a stack of pallets. Joran felt Creel rather than seeing him. The cold sting of evil plucked at Joran's skin. He heard the cries of the damned briefly wailing in his brain before his training took hold. God's damn this guy. Joran took to his feet, tucked and turned to face the beast, firing shot after shot as he ran behind the female assassin's position. As he reached another place of cover, Joran remembered where he'd seen the woman. Police headquarters. She's a fucking cop. Shit. The workers engaged both killers, taking heavy losses. He heard the cries of doomed men. Just then, the doors began to rise. That's what's up. Everybody's coming to the same room. What's going to happen? I don't know. Well, I'm Jeff Richardson. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter at El Jefe Tacoma. I'm posting these YouTube things on my YouTube channel, Jeff Richardson. I'll put them on the Facebook page too, however you do that. And listen to all my shows. Everything is awesome. Shattered Worlds RPG, set in the world of these books. The War for the Tower, which is an actual play podcast set in the world of Stephen King's Dark Tower. And we use the Space Kings RPG system, which is fantastic. Holler to Kevin Cole. And what else? Good Idea, taping that tomorrow morning. Good Idea podcast is a hilarious improv design and philosophy show where we take people's regular ideas and turn them into good ideas. And then Something Wonderful Right Away, which is a long form improv show. It's so cool. I love it so much. Anyway, find out about those shows and many more at Sinister Parent Company on Twitter at Sin Parent Co. And catch you on the next one. Chapter 20 will be the next one. Nobody cares. All right, I'm done.